Testing, 1, 2, 3. Hello everybody and welcome to Henry's Kitchen live stream, where today we're going to be making the internet sensation, the heavenly and amazing cloud egg. You might have seen the cloud egg trending recently in the last 6 years or so. It's basically an egg that's whipped up into a frenzy, so it looks like a cloud, and it's got the yolk in it. Greased 315, thanks for subscribing. Anyway, I hope everybody's doing well. Just a little bit about this dish. It's very difficult. I'm hoping I didn't bite off more than I could chew with this one, because it's I'll show you what it looks like when we're done. So it's going to be a little tricky to get that same kind of consistency, but we're going to try. Eggs are very high in cholesterol and also in fat, and the fat that they contain could lead to diabetes and or prostate cancer. So let's get started. Some of the ingredients that we're going to be working with today, it's not much. We've just got our eggs and a little bit of cilantro for seasoning, and I've got, you're supposed to use Parmesan cheese. That's what I was hoping to use, but I didn't have any of that left, so you pretty much just want to use whatever cheese that you have. Thanks, Holly Go Rock. So this is just a warm piece of pepper jack that I have. Thanks, Jesse. Okay, so without further ado, well, let me see if there's any questions so far from you guys. Somebody said, is this dish good for the bowels? That's a good question. I'm not sure whether eggs, I'm going to say no. Somebody said they've been keeping their oven preheated 24/7 like you recommended, and aside from the electric bill being over $900, it's been the smartest thing I've ever done. Okay, yeah, that's a good good point, and we want to make sure that if you guys are out there, preheat your ovens. I know for a fact that this dish that I'm making right now, because I checked the ingredients several times, is not one that we're going to be using the oven for, so I'm giving my oven a little bit of a break. But generally speaking, you want to have your oven preheated before you do any cooking, and some people have suggested just leave the oven on all the time, so you'll never have to wait. So you know, whatever method you like. Thanks, Linda Jet 8, just subscribe. Thank you very much for that. And all right, let's take a look at what we're up against here. The first thing that we're going to want to do is we're going to want to separate our eggs into bowls. So I've got a little bit of a bowl. You know, I can't figure out how I can get these things in the camera, and it's really very frustrating, because if I push back, it goes the other direction. I think it's something like this. Boy, that's going to drive me nuts. Here, I'm going to adjust the camera. I'm just going to pull the camera out. Rocket Pandorio, thank you. Okay, let's start by separating our eggs, and by separating, they don't mean just separate one egg from the other. They actually want you to separate the egg yolk from the egg white, which is not an easy task, but I'm going to show you the best way to do it. First, you want to make sure there's no cracks in your eggs. Okay, well, we have to crack it open anyway. This is going to be called the egg white bowl. So you want to hold it over your hand and hold the yolk in there and let the white fall in to the white bowl. Shit. Son of a bitch. Okay. You can, this is our yolk bowl, so you want to get that yolk out of there. This is supposed to be separated. But this is working out pretty good. My grandmother taught me this method where you can actually use the shell. Interestingly, the shell is actually the best way to remove either eggshells or yolk from your egg. Somehow or another it works. It's just like one of those little gifts from God or nature or whatever to let us have an easier time in the kitchen. Okay, so there's a little bit of yolk in there, but you can tell that this is the yolk bowl. This is the white bowl. So we've got one down, one to go. I'm going to try to do a little better job at it this time here. So we're going to crack the egg, open it. There's another sort of a method where you can just sort of let the... Boy, this yolk really wants to fall in there, but we're not going to let it. Oh boy. Chilled eggs are a little bit easier to separate, by the way. Okay, that one worked out pretty good. So now we've got our yolk in the yolk bowl. And these are trash, so we'll put these aside. I'm going to wipe my hands down a little bit, see if you have any questions. It looks like Vathras14 has a question. They just said they have a question, but they didn't say what the question is. Question, how is this where the egg came from? That's Elor Find Ray. I don't know if I understand. Oh, maybe it's a chicken and the egg reference. Natalie wants to know, can I use ostrich eggs? Yeah, those are huge. You're going to have some pretty big ones. If your oven's large enough, then you can. Super Duper Pick said, are you going to watch the USC fight tonight? It's Roe v. Wade. I think that was probably a joke. Let's see. Neighbors. Hey Henry, put on a 10 to 15 minute intro so people can trickle in before you start. I have a 5-minute card that I show, but anyway, I've been keeping my gas oven, this is Gecko, on, and I feel a little lightheaded. Should I just open a window? Yeah, you might have, if you smell gas in your apartment, or if it has a, they always say, thanks, Submarine Adam. They always say if you walk into your house and there's a rotten egg smell or a smell of some kind of nasty sulfur that's offensive to your nose, either you've been cooking recently or it could be a carbon monoxide leak. So you want to be careful. If you're feeling lightheaded, that could be the explanation there. But that's okay. There's a lot worse ways to die. Okay, so let's go ahead, and now we've got our yolk separated, so we've got our white bowl and our yolk bowl. I'm going to whisk this white into a frenzy. That's really what we're trying to do here. We're trying to get it to look like a cloud. So again, if you want to look at our picture, this is what we're going for with the outside. You want to whip it until it has sort of a thick, bouncy consistency, kind of like your mom would have if she was making like a meringue pie, or your grandma or something like that. And it's going to take a little while. Very unfortunate that we did get some yolk in there. But you can definitely see how it's changing consistency from when we started. Maybe it's going to take about 2 minutes, so me see if I can see any more of your questions down here. It moves very fast, so it's really, really hard to do this. Isn't it a waste to discard the eggshell? Well, yeah, you can, if you don't want to be wasteful, you can use it to water your plants. Or you can use it as some kind of fertilizer. I'm going to get ahead of ourselves and look at the next step, which is always a good idea. The next step is we're going to mound these on top of a baking sheet once they get thick. You know, I have a whisker. I might use that. I might have a little bit better results. Okay. Let's see if you have any more. Somebody said, what came first, the chicken or the egg? I don't know if anybody knows for sure. No-eyed Yeti. As a trained culinary expert, is it my opinion that chickens should now be able to choose whether they can abort their young? Gosh, that sounds pretty heavy. There's some great comments here. I'm trying to get to the cooking specific ones. You whisk me into a frenzy. Oh, that's very nice. Yolk in the white won't allow the proteins to form. That's interesting. Yolk in the white won't allow the proteins. Is that why maybe the little bit of yolk that we have in there might have interrupted our ability to do the to get it whipped into that thick, bouncy consistency? Hey, that's Tony Macaroni 20 has gifted 1 sub to viewers. Thanks very much. All right, I think this is pretty thick and bouncy and meringue. So I think it's time to grab our cookie sheet and start putting these into mounds. So we're just going to have 1 mound there. You want to have 2 distinct separate mounds. You know, when you're doing it by yourself, sometimes it comes out better, but this is supposed to be 2 separate mounds. I might not have whipped it up long enough, but I mean, what am I going to do? Sit there for an hour and whip it up until it's a frenzy? So we're just going to do the best that we can here. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to grate some cheese over there. Thanks, Sweet OPU. I'm just going to grab our slice of cheese. Thank goodness we had 1 slice of cheese left. And going to grab a cheese grater here. Now, if you have a cheese grater, you'll notice that there's a lot of different sizes here, but pretty much any one of them that you use is going to grate the cheese. So let's go ahead and try this one. You want to get an even amount on each side of it. That's working out nicely. I'm imagining that when these are in the oven, they're going to rise and start looking more like, thanks Dingo Bop. They're going to start looking a little more like what the picture looks like. All right, so anybody who is just joining us now, I want to show you that what we are doing now is we are making something called the cloud egg, or as the French call it, des œufs qui ressemblent des nuages, which means eggs that resemble clouds. Okay, so here's ours. I'd like to have a little more separation there, but that doesn't seem to be in the cards today, and that's okay. Sometimes cooking doesn't work out the way that you were hoping it did, but that's definitely disappointing. But okay, now we're going to destem some of our cilantro here. As you can see, I've got some cilantro. We're going to put it over top. Cilantro is a delicious herb or something, spice maybe, I don't know. But it gives it a very nice little bite to it. Somebody says their mom has the best cream pies. That's pretty cool. That's El Orphandre. Okay, Hando EZ. What flavor of eggs are these? I'd really appreciate it if you read my message the first time. I shouldn't have to repeat myself fourth time asking. Well, Hando EZ, it's my apologies to you. I am trying to make a very difficult dish here, and it's not always easy to be able to catch every comment as it goes. But the question is, what flavor of eggs are these? I think they're brown, which is a slightly different flavor than the white. But anyway, so we're looking good. We've got our cheese grated over our 2 mounds, and we've got our cilantro on there to spice it up a little bit. And the next step, mound on a baking sheet. We've done that. Oh, we're going to add the yolks. So I'm going to grab our eggshell, once again, brown eggshell for Hando EZ. And I'm going to use this to very neatly put this on our mound. So we've got one there. This yolk is kind of broken, but I don't think it's hurting anybody if we just sort of pour it over there. That's working. And next up, hey, thanks Martian Assassin for cheering there. Okay, bake at 450 degrees for 6 minutes. I'm trying to contain my rage here because I don't remember seeing that in the beginning. Otherwise, I would have put the oven on. So I'm going to go ahead and preheat it to 450 degrees. You know, this is the kind of thing. So now we're going to have to wait several minutes here. To wait for the thing to preheat. Somebody asked how roast beef's doing. Tammy SV asked. Let's check in. Last I saw, he was a little upset with me for stinking up the place with my last dish. Looks like he's ready to write an angry letter or something like that. So okay, while we're preheating the oven here, let's go ahead and maybe do some music here. I know I've said this a lot, but I think it's a good idea, generally speaking, to have some hobby that you like to do while you're waiting to either preheat the oven, or sometimes you want to wait for it to chill or to cook. You're gonna have to find something that you can do to kill the time there. And I like doing music, so if anybody wants to request a song, I dropped my pick in there, but that's okay. This is a relatively new song I'm going to share with you guys, and I guess it describes a little bit of the way that I feel today with having a couple of things go wrong. We were never able to whip that egg into a nice cloud form, and I'm not sure why. It could be that I wasn't using the right kind of whisker, or could be that we got a little bit of yolk in there. Hey, thanks Fairfolk for subscribing. But these things happen, and you know, you read the directions and they say that this is supposed to be one of the easiest things to do and that kids can do it and all this stuff, but I just have no idea why it didn't work out that way. And then we had to preheat the oven, and I could have sworn that I looked at the directions and didn't see anything about preheating the oven. But so anyway, this is a song about things going wrong. There's something broken inside of me, something no one else can see. There's a pain and it's way down deep. I think there's something wrong with me. I got friends that I never see. They say they don't have time for me. I try to reach out to my family, but I just get voicemail. Every day used to be such possibilities. Now every road that I take leads to sadness and despair. I put a pizza in the microwave, forgot about it for several days. When I found it, I just threw it away. I think there's something wrong with me. All the kids in the neighborhood tell me I don't look so good. How I would change it all if I could, but I just can't seem to. I try to watch TV, it only frightens me. Everyone's screaming and shouting and fighting in the street. There's something broken inside of me, something no one else can see. Something hurts and it's way down deep. I think there's something wrong with me. So there's that. Alexa, how much time left on the timer?
There are no timers set.
I forgot to set a timer. Okay. I'm gonna have to have somebody just teach me how to do this stuff, because I mean, I'm trying to read the chats. Thanks, yo, Aaron. I'm trying to read any questions that you might have, but Poog. Have I been working on my French? It shows. Oui, je parle un peu le français, mais le problème est que je ne peux pas parler français très bien. I do know a couple of French songs. Ne me quitte pas, il faut oublier que tu peux oublier qui s'enfuit déjà et puis aller. I can't do it. Alright, so je ne sais pas, monsieur, pas pire le vieux. Do I know Michelle by the Beatles? No, apparently not. I'd probably have to get. Where did I learn how to cook? Okay, there's a question I can actually answer. I learned on YouTube. one night in the depths of a severe depression and sort of a panic attack, I went on YouTube because I wanted to start eating better food, and I looked up grilled asparagus, and there was a girl teaching how to make grilled asparagus, and she was doing everything. She was cutting the ends off. She was putting the olive oil on there, salt and pepper. She was very good, and I don't remember her name, but I was thinking to myself, not only am I going to make asparagus, but also I might be able to teach people how to cook. And so, yeah, basically YouTube. Somebody says Thunder Gun Express. By the way, that was Scott 5Cot7. Thunder Gun Express says any tips on cooking microwave popcorn? I guess you could call me old school. I don't really do it in the microwave. I like to keep it real and just do it on the pot. But if you're gonna do microwave, I think what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to put your ear up to the microwave and listen for the popping. And if you can count to 3 seconds, I think, between pops, that's when you know it's done. And this is just a rule of thumb. But the thing is, you're not going to have a stopwatch probably. I don't know if you just say like 1 1,000, 2 1,000. But if you can count to 3 seconds and it stopped popping, I think you're done there. Tizinti, what was the first song? What was my first song? First song that I ever wrote. Trying to remember it. Everyone. Oh yeah, everyone. No, everyone who knows me knows I know you, and everyone who knows you knows me too, and everyone who knows I know you knows I wouldn't lay a hand on you, and everyone who sees me seeing you, and everyone sees you sees that too. Everyone who knows me knows I know you, and everybody knows you too. I thought that was going to be sort of a hit song because it's catchy and it might be a fun thing that people can sort of walk around and sing, but I wasn't able to get anywhere with it. All right, I think we're ready to put this in the oven here. If you're just joining us, we're making the cloud egg style cramps. Just subscribe. Thank you for that. Starting to get some flies in here, and that's a good sign, actually. That means that you're cooking up something good. Okay, so if you're just joining us, this is the cloud egg. This is what we're going to be making. I'll show you mine. It's... I think that the idea is that when you put it in the oven, it rises and starts looking a little bit more like it did in the picture. I've had a couple things going against me here. I think one of the problems that I'm running into is that it's not meringue, and it's supposed to be meringue, but I think that when we put it in the oven, that should fix it. So let's go ahead and put this in the oven for 6 minutes. Alexa, set timer for 6 minutes.
6 minutes, starting now.
Totally here. Yeah, I'm going to try to learn some of these songs. I'll try to learn Michelle for next time. Ne me quitte pas from Jacques Brel. Somebody asked if I enjoyed playing the pilot on Serenity. I don't know what you're referring to. I don't know what that is. Maybe there's somebody who looks like me, which happens. Somebody said my stovetop popcorn was flawless. Thanks. That's Blurry Little Quest. I should get in the habit of saying the names of these. Botanarchy is the one who said the early one. Marco S says, "Can you play On the Shoulders of Freaks?" Okay, yeah, we've got some time, so I can do that one. Erickson1 asks, "Are these my own recipes?" No, usually I scour the internet, and thank you, Michaela Sims. I go around on the internet and try to stay on top of what's trending, what's in vogue, what's Gordon Ramsay doing, this is part of being on the cutting edge. You have to kind of keep up with your peers, and this particular recipe I think was something that I found on Instagram. But I don't think they had a name attached to it. I think it was called something like Grandma Cooks or something like that. But all right, we had a request for a song. I'm going to do one more song here, and when we're done with that, our cloud eggs should be ready for, I don't know what time it is for everybody out there, but for me it's not really breakfast time, but brunch time. I know a lot of you guys are waking up at 4 in the morning if you're on Australia time and making cloud eggs, and I think that's a lot of dedication, and I appreciate that. But it's not necessarily breakfast. Well, I guess it's early enough. But all right, so this is a little song. I don't know if a lot of you guys know about history, but the artist Salvador Dali once was trying to prove how meager that he was in the presence of the girl that he was dating. So he showed up to her doorstep completely naked and covered in his own excrement, I guess. And it didn't work, and I guess he wound up never being able to, like the family banned him from the house or something like that. And hey, thanks Eliza Jane. So this is a song about just that whole thing of all the people that have made these incredible contributions to civilization and how they had these kind of weird habits. Ancient philosophy was framed by prodigies, Aristotle, Plato, and Socrates. And even though their thoughts were deemed the aristocratic voice, they also were attracted to little boys. Catherine the Great, so it's been said, needed farm animals to be fulfilled in bed. From the historic rulers to the ancient Greeks, we're standing on the shoulders of freaks. That's a true story. Alexa, how much time left on the timer?
You have 1 minute and 50 seconds left on your 6-minute timer.
Oh boy. This is pretty exciting, I gotta say. I'm not sure how much we're gonna approach this, but I hope we do. Let's think about what we're going to be doing once this comes out of the oven. Well, I want to tell you a little bit about plating. You want to have a plate to plate it onto, which I'm not here. I'll get a plate. I think a green plate is probably going to do just fine. We're going to probably season it with a little bit of salt and pepper to taste. If you're new at using salt and pepper, you're eventually going to know how much to put on there just by previous experience. But if you're new at it, you might want to use some measurements. I would say probably about 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt and about the same amount for pepper. Generally speaking, your salt and pepper proportions should match. Someone says if this is Hacklin, if I can't afford any bread, should I just eat cake? Yeah, I mean, cake is basically bread with sugar in it, so maybe it'll even be tastier. Degree Scaffold says, what happened to the picture on the fridge? I had a plumber come over, and I don't know, the picture of roast beef on the fridge was a little personal, so I just took it down, but I'll put it back up there. Let's see what we got here. Oh, there we go. Alexa, stop. Okay, just want to see here. Jesse says stir in some flour and yeast into the egg whites. Doesn't sound like a bad idea. Okay, there's a bunch of questions here. This is Kahuna Tuna. How long have I been playing the guitar? I've been playing the guitar as long as I can remember. I don't remember when I wasn't playing the guitar. I think probably 6 or 7 years old or something. Mr. Vade says, is mayonnaise an instrument? Yeah, I mean, I guess it's an instrument of cooking, and in the sense that the word is an instrument that you use. An instrument is something that you use to get someplace. I'm going to go ahead and get our dish here, and let's see what we've got. Not bad. Let's see if we can get a good view of this. It smells delicious. I don't know that it necessarily looks like a cloud, but oh, you gotta be kidding me with this. We got tin foil on this. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This one, I like to try to stay positive, but this just sucks. I don't know what happened here. I did everything literally exactly right to the directions. I don't know what happened. It's a little disappointing here. And there's no way to get it off the tin foil without taking tin foil with it. This thing's still very hot. No, at this point I'm gonna try this one again, you guys. This one sucked. I don't know who Grandma Cooks is or whatever, but sometimes you're gonna get a bad recipe from the internet. One thing I want to really make sure is that there's no tin foil in here. Because that you don't want. If you ingest tin foil, I'm sorry, aluminum foil. I keep saying tin foil. They changed it at some point for politically correct reasons, I guess. But if you ingest tin foil, you're gonna die. I mean, that's the short way to say it. If you ingest eggs on a regular basis, you're gonna die too, but that's gonna take several years. Let's take a look at what we have. This is what it was supposed to be. So another thing, I mean, it's still going to be delicious. It's eggs and cheese. How could you go wrong? But I just don't know why it didn't come out with that cool consistency. I'm going to go ahead and bite into this. This is very important, everyone. I want you to pay particular attention to this. If you are in a warm climate, the way I am here, I'm in Southern California, which is very warm. It's the southwest of the United States. It's possible that a lot of your foods are going to need adjustments in terms of the heat in your oven and the cooking time, because you're dealing with a different temperature. So it stands to reason, if it's 90 degrees outside where you are, you're going to want to adjust the oven. But it could be that whoever wrote the recipe lives in a tundra or something like that, or North Dakota or whatever, so they're going to have a different situation. Somebody said, "Why this goes too fast." I gotta figure this out. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This really bums me out that this came out this way, and I'm just sort of starting to feel negative about a lot of things, and I'm trying to fight that. I also think I might have COVID because I've got this sore throat, so why don't we throw COVID on top of our cloud egg situation? But anyway, I'm going to try to keep things positive because you guys are very supportive. As a matter of fact, I want to take this opportunity to thank some very special people. These moderators, who are, I consider them friends now, they're good people. This would be Dingo Bop, Fawcan, Dom Beef, Hottest Bear, Do Dingle, Dogoggy, Dr. Flanges, and some other folks that have helped out: Bacchus, Daisy Blossom, Melon 95, and Pilskman. I always like to thank Nim, because Nim is the one who got me started here on Twitch. Bumble Vision for a lot of the technical advice, the LGX as well. My friend Bill Larkin Music, who gave me a lot of tips on cooking and music. Bill Larkin Music is an amazing channel. You should check him out. Forsen, whom I've never met, but has been very supportive. And Moon Moon, who sends a lot of people this way. Thanks, Moon Moon, and thanks to everybody for helping. And so at the end of the day, look, I tried to make this turn into some kind of a cool cloud configuration. The recipe says little kids can do it and stuff. I thought I did everything exactly correct. So, but what I have in front of me is I have what looks like some pretty delicious eggs with cheese and cilantro, which is not bad. Fantastic. So, instead of looking at the glass as half empty, meaning your cloud eggs didn't blow up into some stupid cloud or whatever, look at it as half full. You've got delicious eggs in front of you, and that's never a bad thing. So, not a bad breakfast. Degree Scaffold says they can't all be winners. That's true. Magnipacken, thanks. And that's a good attitude to have. Super Potatoes 1989, did I spray the tin foil? That probably would have been a good idea. Like a no-stick spray, I think is what they're talking about. The Hair of Twitch says, I did great, the recipe was bunk. That's so nice of you to say that. I think I literally did everything exactly according to the directions. And what is this? They're saying that it's going to come out perfect if you whip it long enough. And I mean, you saw I was whipping it for a long time. I never saw anything even close to looking like a bouncy meringue consistency. So I'm glad that you guys get to see me, because I've been cooking for a long time. Oh, Azure Skies says something really cool here. Not all clouds are white and fluffy. Some are flat and gray, but they're still clouds. Yeah, so I think that, you know, when you look at the picture, that's probably more of like a big, I think they call it a nimbus or a cumulonimbus type cloud, and whereas mine would be more like I guess mine would be more like a cirrus cloud, which I think is one of those sort of airy, flat ones. Yeah, that's cool. It's still a cloud. It's still a cloud egg. But I think what I want to say, hey, Draconic Elf says, great job, Henry. Thank you very much for saying that. So what I really want to leave you with is that sometimes we screw up, and it even happens to me, and I've been doing this a very, very long time. Cooking for 7 years, teaching it for like 11 years. And so when you're out there doing God knows what kind of cooking that you're probably doing, just realize that there's people out there like myself who are professionals who still get it wrong every now and then. And hopefully when you think about that, that's going to help you to get the positivity that you need to get through your day, because it's rough out there. So anyway, maybe I'll just to close, I'm going to do just a couple of verses here. I'm going to leave the oven on, by the way, if anybody's wondering, so that I don't ever have to wait for it to preheat again. I'm going to leave you with a couple verses of this song that always makes me feel better, from Jose Suicidio. Help me make it through the night, 'cause I am tired and alone. Help me make it through the night, 'cause I don't like myself anymore. I'm always coming in last place and getting dirt kicked in my face, and everyone pushes ahead of me and no one stops to care. I curse the gods each day I live, 'cause I got nothing more to give, and I guess that's just the way it's meant to be. Maybe if you're at home you could sing this with me. Help me make it through the night, 'cause I am tired, 'cause I am tired and alone and alone. Help me make it through the night, 'cause I don't like myself. That one always cheers me up, and I needed some cheering up because this dish didn't work out quite the way that I wanted to. But again, I had some good eggs and cheese at the end. And I want to thank everybody who's subscribed and everybody who's been out there and supporting Henry's Kitchen here. And I'm sorry that I still have a lot to learn when it comes to trying to read these comments. Mostly what I'm just seeing is a big blur of pictures and stuff. So anyway, I'm seeing people say thank you, and I appreciate Inferno Pizza says very good stream. Thank you. And next time I'm gonna try to get a dish that we're just gonna knock out of the park. Like it's just gonna be perfect. It's not gonna be too hard, but it's gonna be something that we can really, really make it look like the picture. So, as always, thank you very much. And as you get through your day today,
okay.
Hey, Godman42 just subscribed. Thanks, Godman. As you get through your day today, just remember that if you think you have it rough, you're probably right. And we all have it rough. And I don't know necessarily what we can do about it. Martian Assassin, thanks for all the cheers. But if we really try to work together, maybe we can all have it rough together. So, all right. Thank you very much. And I'm going to be here on Sunday. I've got several days to work out a new dish, and it's going to be fantastic, and we're going to all enjoy it. Maybe I'll try to make something breakfasty just to make up for this, like maybe some waffles would be good. So thanks again, everybody, and please enjoy your day or evening wherever you are, and try to have a good rest of the week.